Go ahead. Yes, so you're okay. Welcome to another episode of the Make Kids Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Binks, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What's going on? What is going on?
Show us Mark, what it is.
Persona took over my life, and I'm trying to platinum. I'm like, I think 105 hours into the game. Then I'm going through my second playthrough because I missed a chance to get this DLC thing, and I didn't have a save file ready for it. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather go through it fully powered than having to go back and redo everything. So I was like, I'll go back through the New Game Plus and just go full power. So been doing that. And I actually really enjoyed the game. I'm excited. I did pick up the Reloaded 3 Reloaded because it was on sale. It's PlayStation has a bunch of things on sale, and I think it was like a 60 50% off. So I got that. But that's pretty much been my week. I don't know. Beyond wrestling has been that game.
Yes, sir. Uh, did you get to see anything that came out from the, I guess it was convention that came out? Was
Yeah,
it
you just
D23?
telling.
Was there anything that you saw?
I didn't really watch anything until like today. I saw the highlights of the Captain America and Thunderbolt trailer.
Okay.
They both look
Uh,
good.
I only got to see one, and that was the Captain America. Yeah.
Yeah, Brave New World.
Oh, it looks good. Like I like the idea. It, but I will say, so how many years has it been since the show?
It's supposed to take place probably like 2 years later or something like that. And it's supposed to, Thunderbolt's supposed to be before it, so it takes place after Thunderbolt as well.
Okay. Because I was just wondering. I remember the last piece of media was the show. What is it? Bucky and Cap.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is Bucky in the movie? I think he is, right?
In Captain America, I don't know. I don't think he is.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Yes.
chance he is because again, it's Thunderbolts is before this, so basically there's a chance that he is in the movie. I'm not too sure,
Mm-mm.
but let's see where it goes. They already showed Red Hulk, which Harrison Ford as Hulk is hilarious. Um, Again, like I agree with what you said. They showed it. I think they showed it. They could have teased it, or at least him hulking out, and then not showed the Hulk into the movie.
Yeah, I think that's like the only takeaway I had that was negative. Everything else looked good.
Yeah, you could have been
It's
like,
just I
"You're
feel
getting me angry," and then fucking
they
leave it
should have
like
had something for you to look
that.
for. 'Cause But I think, like I said, since every little piece of promotional art is always a piece of the Red Hawk showing.
Yeah,
So it's like at some point you got to show what he looks like because it's coming out, I guess, soon.
yeah,
So I mean, it's not like he's just gonna look bad at this point. We all know that's not the issue. It's just what does Harrison Ford's face look like. So I
as
think
a
they did a
Hulk.
good job.
I
I think they did a good job. It's just
think it looks cool.
so I wonder who's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be the main villain?
I think
Is
he's
that where
not
they're
the main
staging it?
villain. I think he's not the main villain, but I think there's a fight between the Avengers and him eventually. I think in the beginning you kind of get him involved in shit, and I think he helps in the end.
So it's a little bit of it feels like the guy from Metal Gear. I don't know if you ever played Ryzen with the senator.
I know who you're talking about. I don't
Yeah,
remember the character though.
yeah, just the big buff senator that got the metal underneath his skin or whatever.
Yeah.
So you'd be fighting the president. So let's see how they do it. The other one I have to look for and watch it, the Thunderbolts. The only thing I saw was like my only complaint was, man, I sure do hope they change those costumes because they
Yeah.
the last thing I want to see is just another bunch of tactical looking people. Yeesh. So
Yeah, but
other than that,
the characters that are in there are all tactical based characters.
that didn't stop them from wearing whatever goofy shit they wore when they were in the comic books, though.
That is true.
Like, can we not have that argument again? Didn't Wolverine die for that? Like
Just
to get his brown and tan and yellow and blue. I thought that's why he was on the comic book cross.
yeah.
Please.
But we'll see where it goes. I hope they both good. I just want like good Marvel stuff again. I miss being excited for Marvel movies, so I just want good movies. So I think, did you see Hawkeye?
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah, the show was
All right, you
great.
saw Hawkeye. Okay. And then Black Widow's in our list eventually. I think you'll see Black Widow before you see those movies. So Black Widow you gotta see before you see, and then Hawkeye goes into it as well, and it brings in the Black Widow character that's in Thunderbolt as well.
Yeah, the blonde lady.
Yeah,
She's good in the show.
I liked her. Like that's one character I'm excited to see because I actually enjoyed her character because she was funny and she had like good like one-liners and shit. Um, the Red Guardian, he's gonna be funny because he was funny. He was probably my favorite part of Black Widow, and that was not a lot of good stuff in Black Widow, but he was my favorite part of the movie because he was funny. And this chick as the new Black Widow, I thought she was good in it as well. Um, but I'm excited to see where they go with the Thunderbolts, and again, I wish it was more. At least I'm hoping, and this is just me hoping, and I don't know for sure. I will at least want at least his Citizen V in the team, like, or just tease him because you have Baron Zemo alive,
Hmm.
so like you could have him like secretly funding the team or some shit like that. But I would like to see Citizen V. I think that was the main character I know from that team that I always liked because I thought he looked cool. He had like the fencing sword and shit. But other than that, like I would like to see again. I read the original Thunderbolts when it first came out. I actually liked the teams for a bit. I was really high when Deadpool and Punisher and Red Hulk were in a team, and with Eddie Flash Thompson, Asian Venom and shit. So hopefully, it's again we get some good movies out of it. Um, have you been playing anything?
No, not really. But not besides Remnant, trying to finish the DLC
Nice.
because there's so much stuff that you have to find in that game. Other than that, uh, I did find like River City Girls 2 on sale because the DLC for the Lee brothers is supposed to come out this week,
Oh, nice.
and that game's like a year and a half old. So I wasn't expecting any more content for it, but I always felt that like $40 was too much for that game.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling. I didn't exactly like the first one that much.
Okay.
So the second one was on sale, and the Lee brothers are coming soon. So I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Cool.
It's okay. It's not bad. I think there's still a few little issues I have with that the way they do that game. Like as a beat 'em up, some of the it just feels like it does feel like it's patterned around an older style of beat 'em up that I don't think like there's a difference between the Streets of Rage style of beat 'em up and this style, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And it just feels a little less tactile, I guess, because there's something about the sound effects and when you hit an enemy. In Streets of Rage, it sounds like you punched the shit out of somebody, and this one it's because it's more of like a NES style game. Like it's a retro, literally a throwback to an 8-bit game, right?
So it sounds like it's squishy.
No, so it has like this almost 8-bit. It almost has like an older sound. Like
Okay.
it's a specific type of sound effect from those old school games. And yeah, I get what you're going for, but the part that it makes beat 'em ups like have like feeling, I feel is the sound effects. Like when you hit somebody. So if it doesn't come across as like you're really attacking somebody, it always feels like you're slapping somebody with a wet paper bag. So
Yeah.
other than that part, Like I feel it feels great. There's other things I have issues with the combo timing in it because it wants you to do certain things, but it's like it's strict for no reason because it's too rigid on like the cancel timing or the end of stuff. Like it's almost like the difference between I would say Street Fighter, like Street Fighter Champion Edition or Turbo,
Yeah.
and then the difference between those versions of the Street Fighter game, and then go to say like how Marvel and Marvel 2 does things, whereas like you can cancel in Marvel from this to this to this and it doesn't matter. And then like old Street Fighters, it's a specific thing you can cancel from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like my main two issues. And it's like I really wouldn't usually have that problem, but you could tell the influences that they have, and it's like, oh, you're taking this influence, and it's like, uh, I think in 2024, more beat 'em up should feel like Marvel versus than they should feel like Street Fighter 2. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. That makes sense.
They need to feel loose,
Yeah.
sound punchy.
I'm waiting for
That's all
that
I'm
Power Ranger one. That's coming soon.
saying. I mean, I hope it feels good.
Me
That's all I
too.
gotta say. But then again, it has enough stuff that's not just punching people.
Yeah. It's
To, so that's the difference. You're not just walking and punching. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Yes, sir. Did you try the Toxic Avenger one, or they don't have a demo out?
Mm, mm, I don't think I tried that one.
I think it does have a demo out for it. I know the
All
GI
right, so
Joe had one, and
I
but I heard bad. I think you said it wasn't that great, and then I heard bad
that's a
things from
kid.
it too.
It's a kids beat 'em up.
Okay,
I think that's a kids game.
yeah, but yeah,
It's,
Toxic Avenger has one. I think up
so
now.
let's see. I'll look for it and see if it shows up.
Nice.
Still waiting for somebody at Capcom to realize that Alien versus Predator is one of the best beat 'em ups they ever made, and
Yeah.
to get those damn rights. But we'll
Hey,
still wait patiently.
they're friendly with Marvel, so Disney owns the rights to that.
They need to hurry up. That's all I'm saying.
What else?
Wait, let me see. What is the name of that game? Because I could look for it. To look
Toxic.
for it now, I'll tell you. Toxic Avenger, right?
Yeah, Avenger. Yeah, or it's a Crusader. I think it's to Crusader.
Listen, Crusader.
Yeah, because it was based on the cartoon, so Crusader.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they have one. So I'll download it right now.
There you go.
Toxic Crusaders.
It looks very similar to the GI Joe game, but it looks like it has a bit more. So
Is it the same? Is it the same people? Retroware?
yeah,
Well, that would make a lot of sense.
it is retroware. As you just said it, I looked at the perfect people that made it, but it's all for the cartoon series.
Which is interesting. They're not bringing one back, right?
What?
Are they bringing one back?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is like in the movie and shit.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the cartoon. Like, it's weird they're bringing the cartoon as a game.
Yeah, it honestly I think it's maybe because of the toy lines and shit, and I think Super Seven's producing it
Okay. All right.
because Super Seven has done the toy lines of the cartoon series and all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they have hands in that game, as in they paid to get it made or some shit. So I think they are producers of it.
Okay. All right. It's very interesting.
Yeah, but
And then I guess maybe the other thing that came from, well, did that Cyclops come from that convention, or it came from somewhere
no,
else?
it's a Big Bad Toys. It's on sale now.
Okay. All right.
That was pretty
I,
dope though, like the cyber. I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought they had made them available in the U.S. because I know those are The Magneto one they show
Yeah, it's
and the
on.
Cyclops. I thought that was when they when it first came out. Like I thought it was like in Japan because isn't that the Square
Yeah,
like
but
SH Figure Arts version or whatever?
yeah. Big Bad Toys does have it on sale though. Like it released recently. I think it was a fan that was posting the figure pictures, so he just got
All
it
right,
then.
all right.
But they have a bunch of them. I think they have Wolverine. I think we talked about it a couple of
They
weeks
had
ago.
an Iron, I know they had an Iron Man and a Magneto.
And Wolverine has one,
Oh, okay. I didn't see him.
but they're cool. I
That's
like them.
good. I mean, it looks really cool, but usually those are super expensive. So
Yeah. I think it's like
I wonder
125 or something like that.
what sale is for that.
I think it's like down to like $90 or something like that.
Also, did you see the I think they're new the Balkan Skull?
Yeah, the Super Sevens. I'm mad that Hasbro never did it.
Yeah, I see them. Super 7 Balkan Skull.
They're cool.
They look really good, and they got all the accessories. The Bulk has the aviator helmet.
Yeah.
Comes with a burger accessory.
I was like, why
Comes with
Hasbro
a
couldn't do
burger.
this? I wanted a Bulk and Skull 2 pack for like the beginning of the series. Like I was like, why we don't have Bulk and Skull? And then Super Seven did it, and I'm like, damn, but that's $50 a figure.
I mean, they look the quality looks really good. At
No,
least
they
the
look good. If
faces.
if I it would get a Super Seven of the Power Rangers, it would be the Zords that they have, the Dragon Zord and the T Rex, and then I would get the Bulk and Skull.
And Skull comes with a hot dog.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
but they look good. They look really good. I saw them in person. I think Forbidden Planet had them a while ago.
Okay.
Last time I
All
was
right.
there. Yeah,
All right.
they look good. I have them.
Yeah. So here he goes. Well, they're calling them here fighting armor.
Oh, okay.
So it's called Mighty Marvel Fighting Armor Magneto, and that's the Magneto that's fighting the Cyclops in that picture you saw me.
Yeah, yeah.
And they go for $100.
Yep.
It looks cool as hell, but $100.
Maybe if they go on sale, a good sale, a very good sale, like even if it's like open, I'll take an open one if it has all the accessories.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so the Wolverine is pre-order though. It's
Okay,
not out.
so he's not out yet.
No, it looks good. It looks
Yeah,
really
the
cool.
Wolverine looks cool. Yeah, and I heard they're making a alternate of the brown and tan one.
Ah, okay. And they have a Captain America that's coming soon.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen that
cool.
one, and I think
Two Captain. No, the Captain America original is out. Steve Rogers one,
yeah,
but they're making a Sam Wilson one.
yeah,
That's cool.
and I think Spider Man's getting one soon.
And Thor had one.
Yeah, Thor had one. I think Loki did too.
Yeah, yeah. So there's not that many. There's
Yeah,
only one Deadpool, one Black Panther, War Machine, Iron Man, Thor, and like that's it.
yeah,
All the other ones are pre-order. Cool. Okay.
nice.
Definitely should make more, but man, the price point is very, very high.
Yeah, yeah, it's high. Too much for my blood. $20 and less. I need to spend.
True. Well, I got that Spiral, but she's a deluxe figure technically.
Nice. How you like it?
She come with all them arms. She's still sitting in the package, but I wish it was, I wish it was cheaper. But anyway, still good. Still good.
Nice. Are you gonna get more of those set of those? Like,
No, no, I only get specific figures now.
okay.
And
Who's
that's
your
just because
next one?
that one came out really, really good.
Who will be your next one?
Listen, it's not really like a line or anything.
Oh, okay.
Like if one of those armor figures gets really cheap, I might get them. If they drop to like 75, maybe 50, definitely I'll get one.
Yeah. Those are good. That Death Wolverine too. I like if I actually caught that, I would think I would grab it. The Ghost Rider Wolverine.
I think he's still around.
Yeah.
He's not his price isn't um because even though he's a single box figure that doesn't come with a piece, it's not like $50. I think
Yeah.
it's like 35 or something.
Yeah, I think he was an Amazon exclusive.
Oh, so that's why he's there. Okay, so you get I mean, but as far as I saw, he's still in stock.
Nice. All right. Maybe one day. You could
Hmm.
sell. But that's all I got. I ain't got. I again, Persona took over my life, and then I've been reading. I caught up with the Power Ranger comics. I'm actually pretty close to where it's at now. I'm probably like maybe a good 10 issues back, but it's been really interesting seeing their take on like Zordon's uh original where he came from and shit. They actually have a whole story arc of him and how he got his entitled and his planet and shit. And they showed, I think I talked about the origin of Lord Zed and him being his master and shit like that. It was a lot of cool shit that they added to it. Rita came back and she stole Master Vile's fucking power, and she was using Dark Sector. She used the Zordon suit to put Dark Sector in it, and he was just destroying people. A lot of shit happened. It was crazy. Really good stuff. A lot of good art. We'll probably do review it on the cast eventually once we get more in track, but they're good. They're very good. So those are the things I've been doing. Persona 5, I've been reading a comic book, and then whatever we have to watch
Did
for
you
the
get
cast.
your Superman and Wonder Woman?
I did read the Superman. I didn't. Wonder Woman I think comes out next week or the following.
No, I think she's out.
She's out already, so I didn't get the Wonder Woman yet. I did read it. I did I did. I think it was variant. They actually like had the story arc and shit. I watched that one, and I actually thought the Wonder Woman was very interesting because she was like raised in hell and shit. Superman. Superman is interesting in a way that like the way they're using the characters and whatnot. His design though, I don't know. I gotta get used to it. Like I'm not crazy about the glowing hands and shit, but they kind of made his suit like digital, so the suit kind of talks to him. So that's something I didn't really care for, but I'm interested to see where that's gonna go. I'm waiting for honestly Batman is the one that I really am the most interested in. Wonder Woman I'm gonna check out just because the story is interesting, but I just never been a big Wonder Woman fan. But I do want to read it just because she's from Hell. She has a big ass broadsword for so fucking some reason. She has a cloud sword, so I'm interested to see where that goes. But there's a lot of other characters that are getting stuff, and then I think Justice League went into Justice League Unlimited, so you have a bunch of new like faces in there. Um, but I'm not caught up with everything. But the Absolute Superman was interesting. The Wonder Woman was pretty interesting. Like it is they're making an interesting world. I'm looking forward to the Flash one next. Green Lantern not so much, but the Flash one I'm more interested in.
Gotcha. I like his as far as design wise, all three of them are pretty good. But uh, the story pieces I saw, I only have the most information for Batman, so I would have to like get the books or watch a video for the other two.
Yeah, the dude variant on YouTube, he has them like he actually narrates them and shit. So he has those on the site. He has Wonder Woman, and then they did the Superman as well.
Gotcha.
They had
Gotcha.
like the
I do like
Peacemakers
the
as villains and shit, and then they
yeah, I
had
did see that. I was like, why those John Cena's walking around being evil? Oh, there's more than one. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
yeah, they made them like a troop, like
Mm-hmm.
like I forgot what they're called in Green Lantern. I forgot what their
Oh, like
characters
a
called. The
chorus.
the Manhunters.
Oh, okay. I saw, you know which one look cool? The Martian Manhunter looks cool.
Yeah, that one's interesting.
It
I'm
looks like
interested
an
to see what they do.
abstract. He looks like abstract art. I'm like, what? That's interesting.
Looks like a cartoon.
Looks like a Picasso. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
He's not symmetrical.
yeah. And the Flash, I'm interested in seeing what they do with the Rogue Gallery because they're like a mercenary group and shit. So you see like Captain Cold and all them all teaming up and shit.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad if they just killed everybody.
Yeah,
As far as the Flash's Rose Gallery goes, I kind of think they suck.
yeah.
Besides the guy with the yellow suit that's like him, I forgot his name.
Reverse Flash
Oh yeah,
or Zoom, one.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even his name's kind of lame.
or Zoom. The Professor Zoom is literally one of the two names.
Yeah, Zoom was a little bit better, but
Yeah.
like I personally, I think Flash has the wackest villains, just on design wise. Like I'm sure they do cool things, but man, I'd look at them like you suck.
I agree. They look silly.
Captain Boomerang looks like junk.
He looked like he has
Ugh.
PJs on. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't look good.
I don't mind. Look again. Like if you,
And then Captain Cold, he still looks like the Iceman from Mega Man 1. Like,
yeah,
why?
pretty much.
Change that design. It's not cool.
I think so if you read through Wally West the Jeff Johns run, he made those characters like very interesting. So that would be say like that would be something to read to actually get some interest in those characters. But they
Who
all look silly. They're all
or
over
what
dumb
the,
looking.
what the, my question always with them specifically is what they look like because they still look the same. It's like, oh
No, you
man,
had some dumb ones too. You had the top, which he's just a fucking top. The weather wizard, which he just has a stick that controls the weather.
his villains all sound like they came from that episode of Batman with the Condiment King.
Probably.
That's how I feel about the Flash's Rose Gallery.
Yeah. But
And
like
then to
Devin,
find out that
yeah,
Condiment King was made for that episode,
yeah.
that
Him
makes
and
me
Harley
laugh.
Quinn were made for the show.
That makes me laugh
Yeah.
though. Condiment King. Jesus. I should have got his figure when they made him too, the original, because they made the Batman animated series one. I should have got it.
Yeah. Now there's it's a build a figure.
But the Condiment King, oh come
Yeah, the
on,
Condiment King is a
man.
build a figure. You could probably find it on eBay cheap because he's not like sought out after a lot because he has issues standing. So
I don't really want to pose him.
yeah, yeah,
But knowing that he doesn't come in his own package kind of sucks because I wouldn't open it.
yeah. He's pretty much loose. He's you had to buy the four figures in order to build him.
Ooh,
That was why I
ooh.
didn't get it. I was like, damn, I just want him. I have the Lego Condiment King though.
Oh really? Okay.
So I think someone made it. I think it was a custom, but I found it in like like a dude just selling Lego characters, and I was like, oh shit, the Condiment King. I grabbed it.
Mhm. That's not
He
bad.
laughed at it too because he was like, I didn't expect no one know that shit. I was like, that's one character I
Oh
do
come on.
know.
Don't do that. Don't say that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Speaking of weak rose galleries, how about we do this movie?
Yep.
Uh, Comes from the coolest addition to somebody's rose gallery to having one of the wackest ones out of everybody. It's Venom.
Venom.
This is 2018, PG-13, an hour 52. Did you see this in movies in
No,
the
I did not.
theaters? They say it premiered. I don't see.
I think it's like
United
August,
States,
October,
Venom.
October 5th.
It was an October movie. Oh, so it
Mm-hmm.
was trying to be a Halloween movie. Makes sense. Makes sense. It is directed by Ruben Fleischer.
Yep.
Let's see what we got for this guy.
I think he directed all three of them.
Just trying to see what else does he have.
Oh, Zombieland
Oh, is that so?
and Uncharted as a producer.
No. Zombieland's a good movie. What happened? That's what I want to know. What happened here? Because this is not great.
think this was like one of his first directorials.
Is it?
Oh no, he directed stuff. He did a lot of TV series and shit.
I see. I see. All right. All right. Uh, nothing that I've ever heard of. Shit. Funny or Die Presents and then Zombieland. It looks like Zach Galifianakis comedy special. That's it. MIA video. That's about it. All right. He did some music videos. Okay. Writing credits we have Jeff Pinkner, Scott Rosenberg, Kelly Marcel. Screen story by Jeff Pinkner, Scott Rosenberg, and we have the credits for the characters creation by Todd McFarlane and David Michelin.
Yep.
Uh, we have cast Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock slash Venom, Michelle Williams, which I forgot that was her,
Yeah.
as Annie Wayne, Riz Ahmed, oh, the kids must love him, uh, as Carlton Drake slash Riot, Scott Hayes, Security Chief Roland Threes. Is that a Venom villain? Like, why has he got such a high place in it? Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Reed Scott as Dr. Dan Lewis, Jenny Slate as Dr. Doris Girth, uh, Laura Walters as homeless woman Maria. Damn, this high up on the character introductions, and we got homeless woman.
Yep.
Usually that's way down at the bottom. All right. What is Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy? Not really in the movie. Not really.
Yeah, towards the end. Like he's in the end credit.
Peggy Lou as Mrs. Chin.
Yeah.
Malcolm McMurray as Louis Donate. What a name. Soap Aluko as Dr. Collins. This movie's filled with a lot of jobbers and jabronis. There's not many people you need to know. Does anybody else? Here you go. Chris O'Hara as astronaut J. Jonah Jameson the third. There you go. I think that's about it, right? Who else is in there? That's a named character.
No, you named I think the main ones.
Donor dude, Stephen Toucher. There you go.
There you
And this one had a prominent Stan Lee appearance.
Yes.
The pedestrian who told him, "Don't give up on her." And that's about it.
Yes. So.
Let me read the synopsis. A failed reporter is bonded to an alien entity, one of many symbiotes who have invaded Earth, but the being takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. I guess that's how it went down. I think it was more of bonding to Eddie kind of softened it up, I will say.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the real at heart. That's the real story. Is yeah, there's like a little relationship plot in the beginning with Eddie and his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, girlfriend. Um, but it's more the beginning of the buddy cop
Yeah.
between Eddie and the symbiote. I mean, you have the main villain who I guess is looking for them,
Yeah.
scheming on them. You find out he's already had one. So I guess the one that came down with Jameson was not the first one.
Yeah.
Um, they don't really give you much about him. They don't have J. Jonah Jameson in the movie, do they? Did I miss him?
No.
No. They don't really expound upon him. He doesn't become a werewolf or anything. That's
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that, just because I figured Sony wanted to keep that character too. Like, you know what? Let's steal a werewolf. Uh, that doesn't happen. It's more like they try to mix two things in once,
Yeah.
because they try to mix Maximum Carnage in here with or I guess separation anxiety,
Yeah, it was more separation anxiety.
because they had to they chose to put the named offspring, but they didn't put them as offspring. They were just other symbiotes that were out.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the movie was okay. The only problem I had was what they wanted the symbiote to be without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so the few things that I have a problem with are it seems like in the power set they forgot to take out the ability to see basically the spider sense because you could tell unless it's supposed to be like this hyper intelligent being, it it had a spider sense because it saw how to get out of oncoming traffic and knew to stop this and knew to stop this and from people from hitting him and this and that. And I was just like, ah, there's a lot of like how they rush some of this because it feels like they didn't actually have what would be an appropriate amount of time for the symbiote to bond
Yeah.
with Eddie, than for it to know what it knew and do what it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As fast as it did. And there was not much like in the way of a time lapse. So that's like my only real story thing was just like they sped everything up a lot.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was okay. I thought the CG for some reason wasn't that great.
It wasn't that great, and they had a decent, they had an okay budget.
It's just my thing was there was still some scenes where Venom looked out of place. And then, like I said, when he was fighting, was it Riot? That you see some of it, it looked like the budget ran out because it was moving in less than 24 frames per second. It
Yeah.
was going slower than that, so it looked like stop motion. It was like this. This is bringing me back to what I didn't like about Black Panther,
Yeah.
about the two CG fights. It's like I know you kind of got to do it with Venom, but
I feel like
listen,
you didn't
between
have to do it in in Black Panther, but this one you kind of had to do because they're both in simian suits.
but part of me wants to go. How about we spend some of that money and have something be practical effects? I'm just saying something. You know what I mean? They went out of their way. Let me just tell you, they went out of their way recently to make those alien movies. And they were like, oh, we put practical effects on as much as we could. And I'm like, regardless of whether or not I saw them, I still bet you that those movies will age better because of that.
Yeah.
Just on a level.
Just because they look more realistic no matter what, because they are using a real thing.
So I
Um, with
feel
this, I'll say with also
they
with
could
this.
have built a a Venom suit that for Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
think they could have.
And then they didn't have to use the whole thing. They could have just had a shot of it. But like because he's never physical, he always looks out of place. And the CG is not that great.
Um, I I think the main thing I enjoyed is the back and forth between the Brock and the symbiote suit. I think that's like my favorite parts of these movies. Other than that, like I think you could have went with a a different villain, as in someone not knowing the symbiote and the symbiote being there. The one other thing that they try to make you kind of aware of in this movie, and honestly, without telling you, is based off of more of the current Venom and then what the past Venom was. Venom now is a whole different character than he was back then. Now, like you learn that the symbiote had all these knowledge and is a fucking mastermind of shit. Then you have the character Null, which is the god of symbiotes and shit, and they has a whole fucking thing with that. And that's kind of what they kind of based this symbiote off of. Without knowing, most people will think it's the original Spider-Man suit. I'm happy they didn't put the spider on the chest. If they would have put the spider on the chest, I would have gave up on the movie in the beginning. Just because there's no contents there. The spider has to go because of Spider-Man. That's the reason why he builds that. The reason why he looks like Spider-Man is because Spider-Man influenced that symbiote so well that he kept that and they kept it like that. Because even to this day, that's someone that he always wanted to bond and stay with. But Parker didn't choose him. Eddie Brock was second, second fiddle. But I just again I feel like Sony with these movies they try I give them that they're trying, but they don't make me interested in the world they build. and that's my big problem with it. Like I had no interest in the world they built. I liked the Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I think he was fine. Riot was interesting, and why they did that, I don't know. I think you could have made him like Alex Smythe and have the Spider Slayers and shit, and I think you would have had a better villain because he's trying to get the symbiote off of him instead of having the symbiote already. So why would he want that one if he has one already? But
I
there's
don't.
I
The
have a lot
guy
of
in the
issues
movie
with it.
made a.
Yeah.
I'll just put it to you: the bad guy and the villain. The villain in the movie made a pretty good case,
Yeah.
but as for what that was, I can't tell you because I don't care enough to remember, and that's the problem with the movie.
Yeah.
The stuff, the parts where Venom's not on the screen, to me, don't hold it up, and the parts when he is on the screen, they aren't as cool as I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah.
There was some stuff that was like, all right, that's not bad. Like when he's taking out the people left and right, and I'm like, the way he does it is like, okay, I appreciate this, but if you notice, there's just a lot of Eddie with tentacles coming out of him at parts
Yeah.
because that's that movie thing. You pay for this actor, you gotta have his face in every scene, so that when you see something, you associate the actor with Venom, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that sucks because that kills it kills mass heroes. I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
flat out. There's certain movies that can do it and certain that can't. And this one, I don't think it did.
So where are you going with this movie?
325.
325, and your 325s consist of Jumper. Actually, Jumper, R.I.P.D'd, and Josie and the Pussycats.
You could put it above R.I.P.D. I still think Jumper was better than this.
Uh, I gave it a I gave it a 3.5 just because the way it just lined because I liked it better than some of the movies that are underneath it. So I had to go through each movie and like did I like it more than this? Did I like it more than this? And then it stays at 3.5. I wish it was better. I'm sad to say that the other two aren't that great. So let's see. Hopefully, maybe you like them, maybe you don't. I don't know. But I really did not like the second one. I like the person that they picked to play Cletus Cassidy. I just hated the execution of Cletus Cassidy. Because Woody Harrelson is fucking dope. I thought he was perfect for the role, but how they did it, I didn't really care for. And it's something also that you're building something that's a big storyline and limiting characters and shit like that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Our next movie is Aquaman. So back to the
This
DCU.
is the time I've seen this, I guess.
Yeah. So we got Aquaman, and then Spider Into the Spider Verse. That'll be the end of 2018, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
2019 we kick off with Glass, Captain Marvel, Hellboy, Shazam, Avengers Endgame, Brightburn, and Spider-Man: Far From Home, Joker. Those are the 2019, and then 2020. We gotta remember 2020. And we got Birds of Prey, New Mutants, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, Wonder Woman 84, and Black Widow.
Okay. All right. Bunch of stuff I have not seen.
Yeah, so it gets into that list of things that you probably haven't seen, so that's a good thing, at least.
Is it? Is it?
Um,
Is it? I don't know.
I'll say
It sounds like we get to the point that made people tired of superhero
I
movies.
think you'll like Brightburn,
All right. All right. I'll take your word for it.
cause it's like what if Superman was evil, and it was brought up, and like we just started like using his powers and just started killing people and shit. So it's actually not bad. Birds of Prey is good. New Mutants is kind of that cult. They consider it cult classic because there's a fan base for that movie because it was more of a horror movie than X-Men movie. Um, Black Widow maybe it'd be back and forth. I don't know. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. There'll be characters you like in it though. I hated how they did Taskmaster, but other than that. Brightburn, I think you like though. And I've never seen Glass, so it'll be interesting. All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yep.
And we got a WordPress. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Tumblr. I can't even talk right now. Twitch, TikTok, and all Merc the Mic. I'm sorry, I just didn't tongue tied. Also check out our other casts. We have the Morphin Cast, we have the Shell Shock, we have the Not a Trekkie, and our weekly The Wrestling Babble, and our past Against Predator podcast. We actually have playlists, so if you want to go to some of the movies we reviewed, even all the way to the 80s, from the 78 Superman, we have all our reviews up there in the playlist, so definitely check that out. I took the time to put everything in the playlist, so look at it. And that's about it. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
Persona 5 has a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, they all do.
I downloaded all their music. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yep. That's one thing that's consistent. The music for the entire series is good.
Good. I'm glad. I'm excited to play 3 Reloaded, so I get there. I'll give you my full review of Persona 4.
They didn't make a 4. They didn't redo 4 either.
No. I think they did already because they did the gold edition, right?
Yeah, but that was like
remake?
PSP era.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I think they just did 3 Reloaded recently. That came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'll give a full review of Persona Royal 5 when I finish it. I'll probably be done with it this week. But it's high. It's very high. A very high regard to the